I'm Jonathan Sassy. I'm with Slacker Radio, and I'm going to give you a demo of our new 3.0 app for BlackBerry. So you'll see the application here installed on the desktop. We'll go ahead and launch that. This is a little different. We have launched, the application's been out for some time with our 2.0 build. It's been that we launched, several months ago. And we've had caching where you can store your stations and play without a network connection. You obviously have access to our genre stations. You can search and create your own custom stations. But some of the new things with 3.0, you'll see for people that are familiar with our 2.0 app, you'll notice the interface is different. This is a little bit more unified now as our other smartphone applications and BlackBerry all now look very similar. You'll have larger fonts, some icons, and for, like I said, for people who are used to 2.0, you'll see a little bit of a different look here than what we've had in the past. And one of the big changes with 3.0, in addition to the look and feel, is the way that we handle the cached stations. And again, with cached radio, these are stations that are stored on the SD card. All of the songs are available on the device. So if you're on an airplane or subway or somewhere where you don't have a connection, you'll be able to play the stations without worry of having drop signals or no available wireless connection. You'll notice here that you may be able to see is on the icons there's little check boxes, there's earmarks in the corners. These all have green check boxes by them. That indicates that the station has been cached and it's ready to play. If we go back into another category, let's say we select the alternative station, you'll see all the thumbnails that are available here. And these have the cache check marks, so that shows it's been cached, and the rest do not. If I wanted to cache a station, I can highlight it, I can go to the menu, select cache this station. I'll get a notice telling me how many stations I can cache. This varies based on your SD card and how it's being used. I accept that, we'll update the cache request to the server, and when it comes back you'll notice that there'll now be a check mark on the new station, and it'll be a yellow checkbox. This basically says you've marked it to be cached, but we haven't completed the sync yet. So you'll have some stations that are cached and some that are pending. Okay, it'll finish that in a second. And then once you have pending cache stations, so it's going to say the next time that you refresh your stations, your cache stations will be able to play. So we accept that. And now you'll see the difference here where there's a yellow checkbox next to the green. Okay. So if we go back to our main menu, then now I can either do that while I'm listening to a station, I can say to cache, or I can browse these by thumbnails and just mark them as I go. And once I've marked them for caching, now I can go in and say refresh cache stations. And what this will do is it's going to take a look and see if there's an active Wi-Fi connection. If there is, it'll use that as the pipe. If there's not, then we can use your data plan, available data plan to cache. And so in this case, we'll be caching over 3G. There'll be an update saying that the last refresh, now in this case, I'd refreshed an hour ago, so it'll let me know that that was done recently. And then I can start the station refresh. There'll be a warning saying that this is something that takes a lot of data and time. And if I was listening to radio, it would stop during this time, and it'll switch over into the cache environment. And now you can see there's a refresh progress. It'll initialize the cache, and it's going to start. And this will tell you progress basically of if you have a number of stations that are being cached, it'll say this is how many of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that are being cached, and then the current station that's being cached. And so as that goes, it'll update the progress and it'll complete the cache. Now this is something that you can do here. You can see that we did a manual refresh. And again, I'm topping these stations off, so it's a pretty quick sync. You can go in and manually refresh anytime you want. The other option that's new to this, and I'll show you if we go in here, is there's an opportunity that we have set up where you can do automatic refreshes. And what we'll do there, and you can configure this now under settings, and there's a number of new settings that you'll see that weren't in previous builds. The settings look even different than what you may have seen before. But there's an auto refresh cache stations option. And what that does, if you set it to on, if the phone has power and it's in the middle of the night, we'll go through and update your cache stations for you. So that way when you get up in the morning and grab your phone, all your stations have been updated. If we have new music, we've put them in there for you. If our programmers have gone through and restructured the station, you'll get the benefit of that. You grab your phone and go. It's something that we do is very smartly. Like I said, if you don't have power, we won't do it. We're not going to drain your battery doing that. But when you have the your phone sitting on your nightstand, it's plugged into power. You're getting those updates. You're getting your stations refreshed. So once you've marked some stations for caching, after that we do all the work and you're ready to go. So when if you have a flight in the morning, you don't have to worry about refreshing your stations or when you're going to do it. It's all done over the air, and it's all done to update your stations. And so that, those are the key differentiators. You'll notice that if I go launch a station here, let me just grab one. The now playing screens are also refreshed, so you'll notice just the overall look and feel of the interface is just a little bit different than what 2.0 had. That includes from the the artist biographies, the album reviews, all of those pieces have all been refreshed. And so as you poke around for people that have been using the app for a while, you'll see those differences. You'll see that we're on Verizon here, so the buy link is available for people that are using Verizon. The app size is also smaller. We've gone through and trimmed that down quite a bit. You might expect with all the features we've added that it might have gone up, but we've actually got it down to about a meg rather than the 1.4-ish it was kind of approaching before. And we're also getting better battery life too. And so, it depends on your phone, depends on your connection, of course, but battery life's improved with 3.0. And then, for people who haven't tried caching before, there's a huge boost if you're playing off the cache versus 3G. We've seen people go from 5 hours of playtime up to 25 hours of playtime uncached. So that's the 3.0 app for BlackBerry from Slacker, and it's coming soon.